The two types of framing methods are transverse framing and longitudinal framing. Here I will discuss about transverse framing. The transverse framing is known for being efficient load transfer to the hull. It is used only for a smaller ships below 100 meters. It is used for a better load bearing capacity from the sideways, that is on the side shell plating. The load on the stress is acted by the water and at the bottom. Simple design, simple construction, but this design is usually considered on the heavier side, as this design weighs more than the longitudinal framing system, and it has easy repairing because all the elements are easily accessible. Now, compared to the longitudinal framing is mostly used for a large length ship, and it involves closely packed longitudinal members, continuous longitudinal members, such as we have a longitudinal member looking like this, and multiple longitudinal members, such as on this deck girder we have multiple longitudinal members side to side which are running along the length of the ship. And complex construction, the design is very complex. The stresses along the length of the ship can easily be overcome, such as the hogging and sagging. It helps to overcome the longitudinal bending of the ship. The members which include in the longitudinal framing is the upper deck plating, deck girders. Deck girders are just the beams which are running along the length of the ship. Shear strakes, stringers. Stringers are also beams which are laid horizontally running along the length of the ship. Side longitudinals, bottom longitudinals. These are all involved in the longitudinal framing. And the side girders and central girder with the keel. These are all the longitudinal members closely packed along the length of the ship. As you can see, there are multiple members, so it is complex structure. While the other side, we have right side transverse members, which are just the floors, frames, bracket, knee bracket, deck beams, pillars, which are stanchions, and deck, second deck. These are all the transverse member, but there will be multiple transverse member along the width of the ship.